I'm Bopsto, the Elder Weeb.
And I'm Red,
Oh.
the bald headed wonder.
And we are the Anime Boys.
Anime
May
boys.
Boys.
Sorry about that. I did a drum solo and
Okay.
Discord didn't pick it up, but it picked
Oh,
up
okay,
on the
okay. I was wondering why there was a pause
it
because I
picked
could not hear it.
it picked up on the it picked up
Okay.
on the video actually.
Okay,
So
good. That's what matters. So anyways, hey, back at it with Cowboy Bebop.
back at it again
Um,
with the
it's a
bebop.
good another good 3 episodes. And before
Yeah.
we continue, I wanted to say, hey, gonna give if you like this video, give us a little like,
Like it.
comment, subscribe.
Subscribed?
Uh, we got a Twitter,
Hit that
come follow
tweet.
us over on Twitter.
We got a
We're
few.
starting to post more there.
Yeah, tweets are tweeting. Tweedledee.
Tweets are
Red
tweets are
Robin
indeed
that
tweeting.
bitch. I mean, Twitter bird. I don't.
Yum.
I don't even know what to call the Twitter bird. Is it called Twitter bird or blue jay or?
I don't fucking know. I think it's just a bird.
I thought there was like a name for it, like a
I
name
don't
for
think
the
it.
Twitter bird.
I don't think it is. People always just call it the bluebird. So
Rockin' Robin, tweet,
that's
tweedity.
that's what it is. So I guess we'll start it off with where we left off with from our we watched part one of Jupiter Jazz. Now we'll
Dude,
start off with part two of Jupiter Jazz.
part two was even cooler than the part one, even though it didn't have
Yeah,
that
man.
jazzy undertoned music as the first part had. I mean, it did have some good ones,
Yes.
but not that really awesome jazz saxophone you just love to hear.
Yeah, man.
But
There's some of it towards the end.
that has nothing to do with how good the episode was. And the
Uh-huh.
episode is so good because
Oh, it's really good.
it just starts off with a backstory lore from the war.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Bob. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the war days?
Alrighty. Alrighty. So basically, Grin explains to Faye that he once fought in a war on Titan, which I believe is one of Jupiter's moons.
Yes.
Yeah. He fought in a war of Titan. And he was war buddies with Vicious.
Hmm.
And Vicious told him like, "Yo, man, you probably don't want to be comrades with me." And Grin like, "Oh man, it's fucking wartime. Of course I'm gonna become attached to fucking comrades. Those are
Yeah.
the people you need at that
You
time."
need them. You know, you need that
Yeah,
that loving, that McLovin
but
energy. You
I like
gotta have it.
how, yeah, I love how grainy and shitty everything looked on
Yeah,
Titan.
it did. I think it
Like,
was just because like that's what the
yeah.
anime usually does with backstories. It makes it
Uh,
very
well,
grainy.
well, it's that also like the planet itself is like a wasteland.
Yeah, it
So it's like
looks
you're getting this
awesome.
constant sandstorm. You got this one shot that always sticks out to me, which is this like the skeleton of a soldier
Dude,
buried in the sand.
it's like that one scene of that guy who's like running across the battlefield. He's used in a bunch of memes and he falls and then
Yeah,
gets back up and then keeps trucking. I don't know if you've
yeah.
seen that meme, but
I don't think I have. I'm trying to remember it,
fun
but
fact about that scene is that he was running and the trip and the roll was totally accidental, but they did
hell
so
yeah,
well with the scene because he just got back up and kept trucking that they kept the whole thing in. I thought that was kind of
yeah.
just a neat tidbit, but keep going.
But so it's a war, so things are always kind of dour and whatnot. It's not a good time.
It's not.
It's definitely not a good
It's
time.
just those days
And
that you just got to live and try to get by and survive.
so we cut over to Vicious, where basically he Grin's sort of chilling, smoking himself a cig, and he realizes there's this one soldier sort of sitting off listening to his music box, and
Mm.
it's Vicious. And he becomes very fond of this music box tune, and he strikes up a small conversation. He's like, "Yo, man, I'd love to play that on my sax. Like I back home, I'll play that shit
Yeah.
super hard, dude."
Like just let me borrow that tune, man. I want to play it on my
Yeah,
SoundCloud.
which you probably I don't know. You might have put two and two together. That is the tune he does play in the club on a
Exactly.
saxophone.
Uh-huh.
he asks him the name of the tune, and the name of the tune is Julia.
Julia, which
So
is
hey,
a
that name
flashback to
is coming back.
Spike's little girly
Mm-hmm.
friendy, and also Vicious's girly girl. I'm still
Yeah.
trying to figure out that relationship because we haven't got
Mm-hmm.
to it yet, and I imagine it's still coming.
Yeah, it'll come.
I hope
It will
everything
come.
reveals itself about Spike.
Yeah. And we get all of a sudden Vicious just fucking stabs towards Grin. And you think he like fucking is about to shake this dude, but it turns out,
Yeah.
oh no, it's a damn scorpion
Oh, dude,
that
it's
he saved Grin from. And things that look like, hey, like it's a usual, relationship. However,
yeah. Of course,
like
Vicious
many,
has got to be a little
of
dickhead.
course, with Vicious, listen, it's like trusting yourself to Griffith. Just don't do it. It's
Just
bad. It's a bad
don't. It's a
idea
bad thing.
because a little a few months later, he ends up getting tried for treason, and it turns out Vicious fucking ratted him out, like threw him under the bus and framed him.
Right. And okay, so first and foremost, Vicious warned the guy not to become
Yeah,
comrades with him.
that he did. That he did.
He did say, "Don't do it,
he
bud."
he did give him a fair warning, and also he probably shouldn't have taken the music box, especially with what we find out
Dude.
later. Um, Vicious
But
royally fucked this man.
oh,
Um,
100% fucked this man's
and
entire future.
so you were wondering about given his body if he was trans or not, and we found out here that he was sent to a prison planet where they basically got him addicted to this experimental drug that fucked with his hormones.
Yeah, and then it gave him
And
tits.
it gave him tits.
Gave him
And
titakers, like
um
tin tang
so you
tongle
got
dongers, like big bang bazooglin
yeah.
dooglin fucking batingle tangle
So
tonkers.
I want to go on a small tangent here because I
Sorry.
feel it's very important. So Grin, he's throughout this entire episode, he's a very tragic character. Um, his body is literally like this current state of his body is literally like a reminder of the betrayal of Vicious and whatnot.
Hmm.
Do you know how they handled him in the fucking Netflix show?
I don't. I
They
don't think I want
fucking
to.
brutalized him. Like he's not at conflict with himself about that. Hell, I don't even think his backstory is the same.
Are you
And
serious?
yeah, he's like he looks like he looks like he came off the set of fucking like RuPaul's Drag Race. Um,
What the
he's
fuck?
let me try to find a picture of him, but
I don't think I want to see a picture of him after seeing Ed. I don't think.
yeah,
I don't think I can handle it. I
yeah,
don't think I
man,
can handle it, Bopsto.
it is it hurts because of how good of a character Grin is and what he sort of stands for, and it just man,
Yeah. Well,
um,
and we just get this essentially he's telling the whole story to Faye. And Faye's just like, it doesn't really add up. You just saved me for no reason and brought me here. And
yeah,
turns out, he did. He did do
yeah.
that. He did just
Um,
save her just to save her.
he also, which is probably from the drugs, he also mentions he doesn't have much time left.
Mm-hmm.
That he's a dead man anyways.
Right. Those drugs have really fucked up his entire
Yeah.
like.
So I sent you a picture of Grid from
I
the
don't. I
Netflix
don't. I don't
series.
think I'm ready. Where did you send
You're
it?
not. It's in the Discord. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no!
And yeah, it is. It's not.
Oh
It's
no!
not good. It is not
He
good.
doesn't even dress like a woman.
Yeah, because they went hard into the fact that to like the non-binary angle, even though that's not what his character is.
Leave
So
that to anime to confuse you if it's a tit.
they
Oh my
they
god,
made him well even then like the detail like it's laid out flat out why he is the way he is and
dude.
how it's interwoven into his character, so it's not even any confusion if you just watch the damn episode.
It's
But
so frustrating, dude.
it's frustrating because it actually would have been really good to translate into live action, I feel. The drama
Why'd
at
you take it
least.
out of the Discord?
I don't want that. I want to be looking at that shit because I'm gonna be sitting there staring at it.
Oh yeah,
Like that,
true.
like this berserk gifs
Oh, dude, I
during
couldn't
when recording.
stop, dude. I was like, what is this garbage that's sitting in my fucking Discord? Like,
Yeah, but Um, Faye is basically like, you know what? You just fucking save me and then just go off and die. What the fuck, man?
Like, what the fuck is this? And he's just,
And
I feel like essentially he was just looking for somebody to confess,
yeah,
his story to before he died. He wanted to give
mhm,
that story to somebody because he didn't have anybody to give the story to. And
yeah,
that's exactly what happened. She started shooting. He trapped her, knocked her ass out, tied her up,
fucking,
threw her in the
fucking cuffed
bedroom,
her.
and then we get a trip down memory lane,
Yeah,
Spike's memory lane. Um, if you want to go ahead and explain that,
yeah.
Bopsto.
Basically, it's more of the same from what we got in episode 5 with his life flashing before his eyes again.
Mm-hmm.
You get a couple new scenes here and there, like the scene from that one episode where he's chilling in the bar, um, where he's being like operated on. You see that as a memory, so that's like not like a trippy thing, but that's like something from his actual past. Um,
Oh, it
and
is.
and then we get one new line, which is Julia talking about Spike's eyes and how they've
Oh
become
yeah,
different.
I loved that scene too
And
because it showed one of the eyes.
yeah,
That was such a cool ass
uh-huh.
scene.
And as Spike said, my left eye can see the past. And man, it's such a good line.
She said,
Especially
what about your
what,
right eye?"
what about
And
your right
the
eye?
man
And
didn't
then
say shit.
mm-mm.
Just walked
Which
away.
I like because like at this point Spike is very much someone who is still kind of stuck in the past.
He is very much so.
Especially whenever anything involving Vicious comes in.
Well, not
He's
even
usually pretty
vicious, just
chill,
mostly
but
Julia.
whenever Julia, well, that Vicious is, in somewhat intertwined with Julia. Like the two are like
I
sort
think
of
they're both
coiled
just simp. I
together.
think
They
they're both simping over Julia pretty hard.
mhm. Um,
Vicious just got other goals.
yeah, but it turns out the gun he got shot with was just fucking shrink dart. Um, he
Tranquilizer.
just he just fucking gets up, lights a cig. I did forget to mention there was an earlier scene where Jet went to the bar that Grin was playing in and asking around for Faye.
Yeah,
And
that's what leads into
that
the whole backstory with
yeah, that's what leads
Spike.
yeah. And then
Um,
he mentions Julia and whatnot, and Jet is given directions to an apartment to try to find
yeah.
Grin. And
So
we come back over to Jet.
he he's got his
Man,
own journey, and he meets up with
he,
that
everybody,
poor unfortunate soul, man.
dude, got fucked up by Spike.
Then he got fucked up by Faye.
Yeah,
Then he got fucked up by the sax guy.
yeah, dude.
And
It's
then
just
on top of it all, he got run the fuck over.
yeah, dude.
What
This
the
poor guy can't catch
fuck,
a break.
bro? Poor
I
guy.
wouldn't. I don't blame him for not wanting to fucking deal with
But
Jet.
Jet was just, trying to ask a few questions about what's his face, and Grin, I think is what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
He was just trying to ask some questions, and that guy's just like, you know what? I don't care. I don't want to talk about foreigners. I don't care about foreigners. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
find
you
an
guys get
honest
the fuck out of
living,
here.
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a fucking day. And
Man, can you believe you get fucked up so hard you decide to start living an honest life? You decide, no, you know what? I'm just gonna turn it right around because this bullshit is not worth it.
but
Um, but Jet finds the apartment. He finds her tied up, and I like how at first he's like, the guy must have gotten you. I didn't know he was that type of person.
yeah, he
And
was just like, oh, so
he's like
it's
implying,
that type of guy.
and then Faye is like, no,
No, I wouldn't
it's
touch.
not like he's not like any guy I've met. So no.
But I
Um.
like this part because
Oh
after, or do you got anything else to say? I'm sorry.
no, 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 no. You're good.
Um, so basically, Jet calls up Spike and gives him a tip, and you can obviously see, this is like a makeup thing between Jet and Spike. By Spike giving him information about where Vicious was gonna be in the most nonchalant way. By offering him that guy to bring back to the ship to have his place back on the ship. And I'm like, okay. So you told him he couldn't come back unless he had this guy, but you knew the guy was tied in with Vicious, so that you would go let him go find Vicious and just basically get the answers he's looking for. So Jet is an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Jet's such an awesome guy.
Um. Also, Faye taught. Jet asks Faye about why she had to leave the ship, why she left the ship in the way she did,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Well, listen, there's only like 20,000 in the safe." It wasn't even like because at first you think, oh, she just took a full safe of fucking like probably a hundred thousand or maybe
$1 million.
close to a million. Nah, it was just 20 grand.
20 grand.
um, and the music that is playing throughout this fucking this scene is really good as well.
Yeah.
So Grin calls up Vicious to tells him where they're gonna tells him that a woman will be dropping off the package
Right.
and that he won't be meeting with Vicious. And at this point, I have woman in my notes and quotes because you can very much see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ed's just vibing on the bebop, just chilling, making a fucking lion of food.
Just chillaxing Jackson. He is.
Yeah, man.
Or she, excuse me.
She, yeah.
My bad.
That's all good.
Dude, this next scene is so crazy.
Man. It is.
So first, before we get all that, we get Grin, who has called Vicious and made him think that a woman is coming to pick up or drop off the red eye for the trade, for the job that they were all planning to do in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to the top, and there is a woman, so we say, at the top, and she drops off the red eye, and it's the legit shit. It's the legitness.
Yeah, man,
and,
it's the pure shit. It's the red shit.
They go put it back, and Vicious is like, send Grin my regards. And Grin's just like, oh, no need, motherfucker. I'm right here, you bastard.
And then he just fucking shoots like the case with his payment in it. And it turns out, oh, there wasn't a fucking payment in that case.
Of course it wasn't.
It was a bomb because
and Grin's not stupid.
Grin ain't fucking stupid.
Grin ain't that damn dumb.
Nope.
What's funny is that fucking Vicious, I swear to God, this man is like wearing flak jackets or some shit all the time because this is 2 explosions this man has survived.
He is so cold that literally his body is kept together by the coldness.
This like man almost gets blown up twice and he survives with not a scratch. Twice. Yep. What the fuck?
And this explosion alerts Spike to where the meeting is taking place. And so he heads off.
Yep. Spike heads off and they have this epic shootout. And as Spike's trying to get there, Grin shoots the bodyguard. Yeah. And Vicious is like, sorry about your luck. We got to go. Mm-hmm. And he just dips out. And as he goes to dip out, Spike comes to the scene.
Yeah. A couple things I did want to mention. So, like, there's this entire exchange between Grin and Vicious, where basically Vicious, like, he's like, Grin's basically like, why'd you do it? Like, I fucking believed in you. And Vicious like, I never believed in anyone. I don't believe in anything.
Damn.
And he's just so fucking cold about it. We also find out that what was inside the music box is a fucking solar drive.
Yeah, it was a goddamn solar drive.
Which was probably evidence that probably the main evidence that was used whenever he was accused of treason.
Well, he tried to give the box to Julia.
Yeah.
And Julia's like, nah, take that shit away. I ain't doing that. You said Vicious sent it? Nah, fuck that dude.
She opened that shit up and is like, oh shit, man. But yeah, Lin takes it. And Spike, he fucking like, cause like Lin was a person that Spike and Vicious knew from back in their old Syndicate days,
Yeah.
and Spike ain't very happy about the fact that Lin just took a bullet and that Vicious doesn't really care about it.
We just don't
And
give a damn
there's
about nothing
no, he
but
doesn't.
nothing.
And there's a line I really like because it shows where Vicious's priorities is. He's like, "Wait, you're just gonna fucking go off when you're just gonna let Lin sacrifice himself for you and just not care." And he's like, "He wasn't protecting me, he was protecting the order."
Yeah, dude. And
Yeah,
holy fucking
yeah,
shit,
man.
dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, dude. Like, fuck, man. I mean,
So,
I get it. Like, you gotta set your you're on that grind set,
yeah. But
but still,
still,
man.
like,
Like, damn.
an old friend, you're just gonna let him bite the dust like that? Like, damn.
Yeah.
But
And so we got her.
Spike said, "Fuck that." He starts blasting this dude, and they get
Yeah.
into this big
Him
firefight.
and him and Grin because
Yeah,
at one point
Gren,
it turns into like a three-way dogfight.
dude, it does. And Vicious like unloads a bunch of rockets, and one rocket hits Gren's ship, and his ship starts going down. And then on top of that, Spike he goes in to save Grin, and the rockets start tracking down Spike's ship instead. And now there's two rockets after Spike's ship. This man dodges both of them, and
Uh-huh.
he shoots it with this electric blast to blow it up, and then he reroutes the other one to hit Vicious's ship to knock it down.
Hmm.
And dude, like holy shit! So Vicious goes down, Gren goes down, and here comes Spike to save the day, to get some answers off of Gren. But he obviously doesn't get the answers he's looking for,
Yeah.
and Gren has a proper send off.
Yeah, man, because he's like, "Hey, listen, man, can you just take I just want to go to the Titan. Can you send me to Titan?"
Yeah,
And Spike's just like, "Nah, listen, nah, man. You're not gonna make it." I was like, "Even if I don't make it, at least dying on the way there would be nice."
just put me
And he's like,
back in my
"Damn, this."
ship.
And we get some talk. Basically, he tells him what that Julia mentioned Spike Chugrin or something we do know. He said that Spike had very specific distinct eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the things that she mentioned about him, the grid about.
Yeah.
But we get this beautiful scene where the song that's playing in the background begins to swell as Spike slings Grin's ship out to Titan.
Yeah, and it's
And everything's like just really somber and kind of down. Even Faye is kind of bummed out.
yeah, Faye's bummed out because of she went down there for something, but it never was revealed why she ran away.
Hmm.
And so you got that. It comes back to the Spike comes home. Jet just lets everything go. But then it comes back to the full circle of the wise man and his little
Ah, man,
traveler. And it just repeats the
I.
scene about the warrior's tear. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh man,
We find out that wasn't a shooting star. That was Grin's
that
ship.
was Grin's ship, dude.
And man, it's really good. I like that. And then the fucking credit sequence on top of that, where the song continues and it just slowly pans up into space.
Yeah,
It just it kind of hits you a little.
it does. It definitely does, dude.
Um,
But that leads us at the end of
and
that.
the phrase is different as well. I think it's like all you need is a comrade or something like that.
I can't remember what the phrase
Because
said at the end,
um,
but it was sad, dude. It was pretty sad.
episode, let's see, Cowboy Bebop episode 14, not 14, 13, ending card. Um, oh, dang, I can't find it. But anyways, it didn't say "See a Space Cowboy" at the end like it usually does.
No, it doesn't.
Um,
But
and we get to episode. We can I take over down to episode 13. Um, and we can move into episode 14, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, which was
And man,
also an awesome fucking episode, dude.
yeah, dude, I
Um,
fucking
so
love it.
this one is all about a chess psychopath.
Yeah, man, a
So
fucking
let's just get
chess
right into
master.
it. I
Yeah,
think
man.
it would be easier to talk about this man's lore first
Yeah,
and then move into what actually happens because it moves in such quick succession that most of it is just about,
yeah. You know what? I know where we can. We'll start with the opening bit here, and after I know the point where we can jump off and do this
Okay.
actually. Okay, so we open up. Spike just fucking. He's chilling. He's strutting with his fucking goggles on, and just smacks the dude.
Just smacks a dude. And then
And Faye
phase.
also gets her job done as well.
And then Jet meets a bunch of guys on an escalator as they're coming up, and he's just like, nah, your time's up.
Mm.
And I thought this was funny because we go from them just fucking up almost every mission to them getting a bunch of guys that meant absolutely fucking nothing.
Ah man, because they get up there and it's like, oh, how'd it go? And they all there's like three different conversations happening, but all of them is the same. They came up with nothing
Yeah.
except for three chess pieces.
Three singular chess
Three
pieces.
chess
I
pieces.
love how Ed is just slowly, or not slowly, she's just constantly put into the background of the show now.
Yeah,
She's just this like little tidbit of energy that just
she
kind of
is.
swallows the emptiness of the show.
It is a
Um,
gremlin,
I
and
think it's
that's
fucking awesome. Ed's all
it's
left
great.
out and sad, and then everybody comes in. Uh, they get to talking, and as they're looking, they decide to basically come together and talk about their information in order to just split the prize three ways instead of just one for all.
Yeah,
And as they're sitting there talking about their information that they've gathered, Ed's just in the background, fucking with a chessboard. She's trying to hook it into the ship's like electrical system, and then it fries her,
fucking fries her.
and like she gets
Yeah.
poked and prodded for a few seconds, and then back up to her old self. And
So, I also like how I like how the information just slowly sort of trickled out throughout this. Like, we find out that also it's like there's another cut over to this corporation with like they have stacks of fucking complaint papers. Like shit is not going good for them.
yeah,
Whatever the fuck's happening.
whatever the fuck is happening.
And they we find out thanks to a big shots announcement that oh, even though all the guys are catch because they didn't catch a mastermind, the bounty is null and void.
Null and void. It's like they kicked the damn TV over.
Yeah.
They're pissed
um
off, dude. I would
man.
be too, you know? I'd be kind of upset about
um
that.
and I like how it's like and they're like, well, how the fuck did a bunch of thugs do this in the first place? Because like they're all just random street thugs, and you find out what happens. Like, oh, they somehow were able to hack these toll astral gates.
Hmm.
And whenever a person would pass by and pay the toll, the money would be transferred to various different accounts
Yeah.
and laundered and just steal the money. And man, and then we find out that oh, these guys, even though they're you know just low level fucking crooks that wouldn't know anything about hacking, it turns out they're just fucking you just get fucking instructions from off the net.
Yeah, just explicit instructions step by step on how to fuck up the hypergates. And it's kind of clever in a
Yeah,
sense.
it's extremely clever.
And this is so neat because, all right. So we find out after, as all this is going on, we find out that Ed has found a chessboard, and the pieces that they gave the crooks were connected to the mastermind.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
whole
they were memory cards for each S.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
she puts it down on the board, and it connects her immediately to the guy that's connected to it, which is the
is
mastermind.
fucking the mastermind.
And it's so cool because now Ed is playing the mastermind at chess, and so as this is going on, Jet is going to a specific meeting, and he runs
Yeah,
into an old friend, and this old friend is very
yeah,
important because he plays a role.
indeed.
I can't remember his name,
I
but
think I think his name was Jonathan.
maybe I don't remember, but it's also a bounty hunter. He's also a bounty hunter, and he bumps into this guy and he says, "So you just ran out there like a rookie, huh?" And he just leaves Jet in the elevator. He's like, just fuck you, whatever. And Jet goes to the meeting and lights a cigarette, and the guy's just like, nah, put that shit out. We don't smoke in here. And then Jet's like,
Oh
my,
man,
my bad, my bad.
sorry, man. I didn't
I'll
know
just
you
put
guys
it
were
out
like
in this
that.
really expensive ass bonsai tree you got over here.
Yeah, man.
And
Listen, man, Jess is jealous of this bonsai tree because he's not nearly as good at it.
he basically meets with the guy, and the guy's just like, look, you do my job, or excuse me, I'll do my job, and you do your job. So just do
Yeah.
what I asked you to do. And just like, okay, whatever.
I like how Jet goes there specifically just to call them out on the basically that they're using bounty hunters to try to sweep it under the rug and using
Yeah,
them as pawns.
exactly. And he just confronted the shit out of this guy.
Yeah, man.
And this is really cool because he gets down and he goes to leave, but turns out the cigarette was a bug. And
Yeah,
he's sitting
man.
there
Dude, this is
listening
so
to
fucking cool.
It is, dude. And he's sitting there listening to the conversation that these guys are having about the mastermind. And they find out a lot about the guy.
Yeah,
Okay. So
forget a name, Chess Master Hex. And
Chess
so I think
Master
here
Hex. This is a
we can
good
go
place
a good place to talk about Hex and what he's all about.
So Hex is a modern, or excuse me, in his day was a genius, qualified genius. He was I can't remember what they're called. Dang. Grandmaster. He was a grandmaster in chess, and he won all of the tournaments when he was a kid. And as he got older, he used his intellect to go into a scientific field of creating the hypergates, which is what they use all the time in the episodes now. But they were going to release them, and Hex said, look, they're not ready. Let me run some more tests before we jump right into it. And, let's discuss things a little longer. So, in those regards, he got fired. And
yeah, which is probably why when things happen, like when they explode and people just can't age, it might be because there are some kinks that needed to be
exactly.
worked out.
I like how everything's like you got the reason why this hypergate exploded in this episode.
Yeah.
Like it ties in together through later episodes, and that's one of the aspects I love about Bebop. But that brings us into the actual heist. So, or not heist, but going to find the guy. And we just get this collage of...
Oh, man. Because they track... Because basically that's when Ed reveals to them that, oh, I've been playing with Hex all this time.
Yeah, I'm still playing with, the Grandmaster. And they're just like, huh? And then they track the signal from the game to find out his location. And so they pull up to this like weird abandoned space full of like old scrap.
It's almost like a space junkyard.
It is. It's essentially that. But people live there because there's no government, there's no rules, there's no taxes. They're free people that live there.
No gravity.
No gravity. But they're all just living there. And So they're blasting their way through. We just get this weird collage of through the
of
house of
of
the weird. You get
Yeah, so
the
I love as Spike and Faye travel through, the music just gets more and more frantic,
yeah, dude, and
and it just
we
keeps
see
picking up.
the we see the Nyan cat.
Yeah, man, see that. I love it's first you see the. I don't know what it is about this show, but I really enjoy it when I see animals just like swimming through zero
I do
gravity.
too, because it's like so funny to watch it. The way
Yeah,
they animate it is great.
the way they animate
Because
it, and then see
you
fucking
got just a bunch
dogs.
of fucking animals just floating around the rooms, and you've got shit that's growing from the ceilings. Like I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's drugs, and
yeah,
they're bumping into like a bunch of like
fucking
old like
stoners.
squatters, stoners, and they finally single out the grandmaster or whatever his fucking name is, Hex, and he's still playing the game with
Yeah.
Ed, and it's funny because they bust in, and they're just like, "Don't move," and he's just like, you could knock." Like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, I did want to go on a small tangent of earlier on when Ed's playing against Hex. There's one this shows like how much fun both of them are having is that um Ed could have ended it and did a checkmate, but instead she decided not to.
Yeah, like she decided not to end the game just so
And
that she
that
could have more fun with the game,
Yeah,
and
and that in turn made Hex very happy as well because like this is
yeah.
either an idiot or someone who's really smart.
Yeah, this must be an idiot or a genius.
Yeah,
Either way,
but
I love it.
so they find Hex, and sadly at this point he's just an old man that loves playing chess because he's
Yeah.
kind of going senile. He's at that age where basically you got the one thing that
Hmm.
they enjoy doing, which for him it's chess.
And as they're busting in through this place, we find out that the guy from earlier that um, Jet was that bumped into his old friend was following them the entire time,
Yep.
and he knocked the bebop out of the sky essentially, and dipped in there, and he come up behind Faye and Spike, and apparently he had an old sediment to deal with, Hex. And he starts blasting up the room because I mean this man lost his
Yeah.
mind because I guess he
Yeah,
stole
dude.
money from
Well,
him.
because like he basically has this really imagine you have this really personal score to settle with somebody, and you go in, you find they are a senile old man that you that basically like you end up like all that that grudge all those years of holding that grudge, like 50 plus years,
Yeah, it's
and all of a sudden to find out holding is you held that grudge for a dead end.
yeah, for no reason at all.
He just fucking loses it. He
And
goes fucking
he
crazy.
just shoots up the whole damn room and then just
Yeah.
gets blasted out by Spike. Spike's just like, I'm done with this guy. So we find out after all this, they send her back up to the corporate office guy. And we find out that this man, after he got fired, set in motion a trap
Hmm.
50 years in advance to
Yeah,
go off
dude.
on this day. And after it went down, by the time it went down, he had went crazy and forgot about the
Yeah.
traps that he set, but it was still
Uh-huh.
in motion. That is phenomenal. That is,
Yeah, the fucking fortitude of
dude.
it.
Imagine
Yeah.
having to wait 50
And
years for
foresight.
something to, come to fruition.
That something that you don't even know is coming to fruition
Right.
because of how long it's been.
It's insane. And I think this is really cool because basically Spike's just like, look, there's nobody to get, just drop it. And now you have to meet my demands if you don't want this shit going public. And the
Yeah.
guy's just
Oh,
like,
no, Jet does it.
I said Jet.
He's a Spike.
I didn't mean to say Spike. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Jet's at the office like, look, you either drop it or I'm going to make it public. Which one do you want? And the guy's just like, what do you want, money? And Jet's just like, nah, we just want you to leave the man alone. Just leave him alone in his old
Yeah.
years and let him enjoy his retirement. And plus, we don't
Would
want
it?
to take away Ed's favorite chess partner.
Yeah. um,
I can
but
only assume. But go ahead, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say this episode, despite all the shit going on, is like oddly wholesome
Oh, it
because
definitely is.
it's just Ed and this old man having a really fun time playing chess with each other.
So they played a single
Oh,
game of chess
oh,
for a week.
there is one thing I did want to mention.
What's that?
The Tijuana guys. We
Dude, I
didn't
forgot
talk
about the
about them.
Tijuana guys.
They're chilling in this fucking place.
These Tijuana guys are everywhere, dude. Like, they are
Yeah, dude.
true pioneers. Like,
Yeah, and they're friends with Ed.
dude, that's hilarious, man.
But
So yeah, the
but yeah,
Tijuana
no,
guys showed up.
yeah,
But yeah, we at the end of it we find out that Ed's been playing that single game of chess
for
for a
a
whole
week.
week and then lost. Um
Yeah,
so
it's you should have taken that checkmate, Ed.
this part kind of, sucks a little bit because I can only assume that after he finished the game with Ed that he died.
Yeah, I think it's very, very much heavily implied because like he has one final laugh, he sort of slumps back, and he closes his eyes and goes to sleep, and
Keep
all of
in
a
mind that
sudden
this man is like 97
he
years
is
old.
uh and when that happens, one of the birds flies up and drops a feather.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
usually a signifier of like death.
which is, sad. But
But hey, he got the play. I think he was probably what probably was keeping him holding on was less so the revenge and more so I just want to play this one good game against a formidable opponent.
and he did. He
And he
definitely
got
got
it.
that.
He got that.
Phenomenal, dude.
Sadly, Ed lost a chess partner. And also the bounty hunter guy, he ended up joining the community and is just getting stoned.
Yeah.
He decided just to stay because you just fuck that shit, man. I guess. So that was Bohemian Rhapsody. It's really good. It's one of my favorites. It's really good. So you ready to talk about episode 15, Red?
I am. So
All right. So my funny Valentine.
this
Yeah.
episode is all about
All about
Aeroflux. I mean, Val. I mean, yeah. And what?
no the Aeroflux.
I mean, I'm not
Or
wrong.
did you mean to say Aeon Flux?
No, I meant to say
Is it
Aeroflux. I was.
Aeroflux? Okay.
It was meant to be Aeon Flux. I was just making a
Okay.
joke.
Got you.
Um,
But yeah, so it's all about Faye.
Quit messing up my jokes, man.
It's all good. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to listen to your joke.
But
So, what'd you think about my funny Valentine?
I found out, Faye's backstory a little bit, and
Yeah.
to find out that this woman is, 80 years old is kind of
So
crazy.
I wanted to mention that there is a small bit of foreshadowing as to Faye's age because in the episode she's introduced, the Casino Planet guy calls her the I got it written down here. The hottest granny in the star system.
Yeah, and I never caught on to that,
Yeah.
so that's interesting.
hmm
But that's pretty neat. I didn't think about that at all. Again,
Yeah.
with the
It's
foreshadowing
just
shit,
very,
dude.
very small, foreshadowing and whatnot.
Everything ties in so well. That's really cool, actually. But
So yeah, so
it starts with the episode Spike and or excuse me, the there's a lady, which is V, who's iced up in this just block of ice that got cryogenically frozen. And as it's being melted down, it flops us over to Jet and Ed, who are looking for food.
yeah, because Jet's got a little reserve of fish, but
Yeah.
oh, they went bad.
They went really bad. And so so Spike's just, or God damn it, Jet, I can't get my names out, dude. Jet decides, you know what? I got a bounty. This guy's really small fry. I'm not gonna bother Spike with it. I'm just gonna go do it, and I'll be back. And so Jet takes off, and we click over to V, who's just having violent dreams.
Yeah, man.
And
Just having some, so whatever it is, it's fucking. It's not very good.
and Ein said, "Nah, fuck that shit. Clean up my shit." Like, she wakes up to because Ein literally shit in the main part of the ship, which he did in a toilet. So you can't be mad at him.
They got a little dog box.
Yeah, so you can't be mad at him.
Based iron. But she's like, you know what? You remind me of one of my old boyfriends. You want me to tell you about it? And fucking Iron's response is he just fucking yawns at
Boring.
Oh man, I don't want to hear about your shit.
So then we get
Clean up my shit.
Yeah, clean up my shit and quit talking. And, and then it clicks us back over to the Fifth Element. I mean, V's backstory.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, because, I mean, you take the scene from the Fifth Element. That's kind of what happened here, essentially.
Yeah.
But the doc is all up in her business.
Dude, he's like asking all these oddly obvious questions to his nurse. There are these points where it goes to like this first person like fisheye lens of him just all up in her face.
Tits, almost. Like,
yeah.
Like, that was the cool, like, little, like, scene that I liked. Because, like, the fisheye view was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of eye tracking shots in this one, actually.
There are.
And I like it a lot.
And we of course, this process ain't free. And, man, Faye gets put into some fucking dingy levels of debt.
Dude, 348 million oolong. Why would you like? I would just rather be on just frozen. Just fuck that. I ain't paying no 300 million oolong. Like, they unfroze her just to get her money. To find out that these guys later, what they actually are, makes a lot more sense. Mm-hmm.
But it's also especially shitty because with what we find out, so basically she's forced to stay in this hospital until she can pay it up.
And who the fuck's gonna end up paying?
How the fuck? First of all, how the fuck can you do it? Especially if you don't have, if someone didn't have any reserves like she did.
Exactly.
Basically, a lawyer comes in. This is the boyfriend character. His name is Whitney.
Whitney.
And man, fuck Whitney.
So
we'll get there. But
she's just sitting here like, yeah, I'm not stupid. That's a cell phone. That's a pot. That's a pot.
That's like a kettle. That's a monitor.
That's a monitor over there. So I mean, I'm not. It can't have been that long. And the guy's like, well, that's a thermometer. That's a face mold, and that's not a monitor. That's a laundry basket.
That's a fucking. It's a washing machine.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, man.
And I'm like, what?
Dude, the thermometer is really sick because it gives your fucking vitals as well.
Yeah. We find out that she is like 80-something years old.
She's like close to 70 because she was like I think her body is 20 years old.
She was 25.
25. So yeah, so it'd be, let's see, it's 50-ish. Yeah, it'd be about close to 70 or 80.
Whatever. But I like this part because this is where we get another like first person eye shot of her glancing all over the fucking room around Whitney, which is cool. Whitney's a guy, by the way, for anybody.
Yeah, his full name's weird because it's Whitney Haggis Matsumoto.
Yeah, Haggis.
Haggis. It's like, okay.
That's a strange name.
It's a very strange name.
Not a bad name, just a strange name. But she's just like, nah, I'm done with this. So she waits till nighttime. She sneaks the fuck out and she says, fuck this shit. I'm getting out of here. Until she tripped that alarm.
Yeah, man.
What kind of facility has like a laser alarm on the
Man,
outside?
you gotta make sure no one
What is
escapes,
this
man.
shit? Promise Neverland? But
But
for anybody who doesn't know that
she
one, y'all need to go read that one too
yeah.
because it's good.
But she has a little fish out of water moment 'cause she steps into this room and there's a bunch of fucking vending machines with like holograms coming out of them, and she's just freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, and this is kind of a, like, you have to feel for her a little bit, because
Yeah,
she wakes up in a years later, and civilization has
yeah,
to think that civilization has expanded that much in such a
yeah.
short amount of time
hmm
blows my mind a little bit. So to
Um,
just wake up and it all just be there, I feel like
yeah,
that would fuck me up too. I'd feel like I'd been asleep for like 300 years.
yeah. But oh, there's one more small detail we forgot to mention that apparently she had some kind of accident and they put her in cryostasis until they could fix her.
Yeah.
But yeah, but so she Whitney finds her, she's freaking out, and Whitney, calms her down. And this is the start of, a somewhat nice relationship. We
Yeah,
get this
she
nice
takes
little
him out. They do all this like nice stuff. She buys this nice dress and
that all
she
changes.
it
One
all changes sadly.
Yeah.
Cuz they're driving home, and then the collection agency, which are a lot more adamant about getting their collections than today.
Yeah,
They will
that they
tank
are.
your motherfucking ass. They drive off of the fucking bridge down below. She gets out. He's just like, "Look, I'm gonna lead them off. You get back to the clinic." And so he drives off, and she's like starting to head back, and there's this big ass explosion.
Yeah.
So Matsumoto is no more. He gets
Poor
blown up by the
Rip
collection.
Whitney.
Yeah.
He got blown the fuck up, and um, we get there. She sits down at the doctor, and he's like, "Well, since you're close to him, you're gonna inherit all his assets." He's like,
And
"Oh, cool. She's gonna get all his money," and then it turns out,
she's
oh, he was in debt as well.
yeah, huge amount of debt. Like, and
Yeah,
so she picked up all of his assets, and she immediately gets fucking pissed. But she's just like, okay, it wasn't all that bad. I mean, he did save me after all. So,
yeah,
but fuck that, I'm dipping. I'm not paying that. So she
yeah.
dips.
And then we come back to the present day.
And
And
turns out that
Jets.
fucking
Yeah,
Spike is listening to the whole damn conversation, bro.
yeah. Yeah, man, he's been sitting on the toilet this entire time.
And she's like, "How long have you been sitting in there listening to it, Spike?" And Spike's just like, "Too long. Your story needs editing."
Man, that's such a good fucking line.
hmm
Um, but so we cut back. Jet finally got the guy that he
Yeah.
mentioned earlier in the episode. It was a
And
small, it was a small fry, but you look over, it's, oh no, this guy's big, but he's got those eyebrows.
yeah, he looks familiar.
It looks so familiar.
So
And
V kind of like sulks up on him, looking at him real close, getting all up in his ear. "Baby mama, let me whisper in that ear. Let me tell you something that you might not like to hear."
and he's also like starting to sweat a little because like, oh shit, I was expecting to run into her
Oh my
again.
god, what are the odds? Like, and she insists on them talking alone. So I like the scene by scene here, because we get a scene where Jet and Spike are sitting there like, "Yeah, she's gonna try to let him go. I don't know why we're letting her talk to him." And then Jet's just like, no, she's not. She's, maybe she's just, trying
Yeah.
to solve an old issue of hers.
Also, it turns out that what this guy was wanted for is he's made a bit of a career just to rip off random women.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
been a con
he is.
artist his
He's
entire
been a
life.
fucking con artist his entire fucking life. Um,
So yeah, they're sitting there talking, and then it clicks us over to V and Whitney, and Whitney's just like, Sorry.
Yeah. It turns out so one, he faked his death. It
Definitely.
was the
Obviously.
because it wasn't even well, at first we think it's the insurance agency, but when we come out to find out later on, it wasn't even the fucking insurance agency that cocked up this whole entire fucking scheme in the first place.
Nope. It was the doctor who was
It was the
protecting him.
fucking doctor. Um, so she's trying to find out more about him, but even this guy's like, listen, I don't even know. And she decides, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna grab you. First, you think she's gonna let him go, but then when Spike and Jet gets to him, it turns out, oh, she's gonna try to take the bounty
Yeah.
for herself and whatnot. Well, speaking of that, as soon as she opens the fucking hatch, the zero G activates in the ship, and Spike and Jet are trying to swim through.
And they also take a bet of if she's trying to let him go or not. And so they get in there, and of course, she's trying to get away. And Spike and Jet accidentally close the gate so that they can escape.
hmm
And they start taking off, and um, as they're taking off, Spike comes in, and she's trying to find out the truth of where she actually came from. She's just like, tell me everything that I need to know. But before she finds out, Spike comes in, and we get this epic sky battle once again in another episode. Yeah. And of course, Spike wins because Spike's a goat.
He's
Yeah,
dude.
And she's just like, all right, now tell me the truth. And the guy's just like, do you really want to know? Are you sure? And she just grabs him like, fucking tell me already. And he's like, I really don't know. I truly don't know.
Yeah. And then that's when the
God,
doctor comes in, because the doctor has commandeered a fucking police ship
to save Whitney, essentially.
To save fucking Whitney, who's his fucking nephew.
Oh man.
And it's fucking thicker. And then we find out that so basically we find out the accident that Faye was caught in was a gate fucking exploded.
Yeah.
And it wiped her. She had no records whatsoever. Yeah. Nothing. Which is especially, it's very shitty to like, hey, take this person who has no records, no fucking bank information, nothing, and then just pile fucking debt onto the.
So yeah, it's this huge fucking like con.
And then it's kind of interesting as well, because you can kind of imagine something is up, because whenever Whitney died, the doctor is very adamant about getting her fucking thumb on that fucking transfer pad.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
he's very pushy about it.
He's very pushy about that. He's very pushy about her paying the 300 million
oolong. But they don't even know her name. Like, Valentine is just based off his favorite love song, which would be "My Funny Valentine."
But
So yeah, it's just everything about Faye's past has been fabricated,
completely fabricated,
to the point where nobody knows.
Yeah. So then we find out, or excuse me, then the cops show up, and they find out that they commandeered a police vehicle, and the doctor's like, sorry, dude, catch you later. Just dips the hell out. See you later, chump. Like, and it's really funny because it's not really funny. This scene's actually kind of neat because she ends up taking the bounty to the jail cell, and we find out that he really did fall in love with Faye while she was caught in the cryogenic freezer. He fell in love with Sleeping Beauty. And I was like, that's an awesome line. That's such a good line. And that was it. That was the end of the episode.
Yeah. Well, there's another thing where Spike has a really good little thing. She's like sort of stuck, and it's like, quit trying. I'm trying to think. He's like, quit trying to figure out your past. It's your future is what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's really good.
Yeah, that whole episode was kind of crazy too. My favorite one has to definitely be the chess one though, so far.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah.
I also enjoy Jupiter Jazz too, because it's just really somber. and kind of dour. But yeah, no, it's another good set of 3 episodes.
Yeah.
You finally got your Fae lore.
I got my Fae lore. I finished out some more Spike lore.
Yeah.
We got Ed found a new, or excuse me, Ed had found a new chess player.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
But
This was a good, informative 3 episodes. I'll leave it at that.
indeed.
So
Uh,
Bopsto, you got anything else to add, buddy?
that's about it. Other than that, it's just, hey, it's Big Cowboy Bebop's really good. If you haven't watched it, hey, go watch it.
Go watch that shit
Go watch that shit. It's
right
really
now.
good.
Right
Right, yeah,
now.
yeah, right now. Go that shit right now.
Stop what you're doing. Quit talking to your mother. Go watch that shit
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Right, right, motherfucking now.
Yes. Do it.
But
Do
other
it.
than
Watch it.
other
Watch it
than
in your
that,
dreams.
hell yeah. But other than that, if you like this video, give us a like, comment, subscribe,
Subscribe.
and I'm Bopsto the Odor Weeb,
And I am Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and you just got done watching the Anime Boys.
The anime boys.
See ya.
See ya.